Merry Christmas to you. Byron Spradlin here, president of Artists in Christian Testimony International. I want to give you a short word of encouragement during this Advent season from all of our 600 plus staff in 41 countries around the world. Especially, I want to do this because this year has been so crazy and so hard for so many of us. I want to simply remind us that part of what the Christmas season helps us get refocused upon is this. Life relentlessly throws us curveballs. That's the nature of living in a broken world while wrestling with our own bentness and frailty. But in the midst of all of this, God moves us, inviting us to turn toward Him for the sustenance of our life needs. That reality is what we celebrate during this season of light. For you who are believers, but for anyone really, let this season repeatedly remind you that God has a plan for each of our days if we'll just look to Him. And the Bible clearly says over and over that there is a God story in play, but invisible right now for each of us. So let this Christmas season remind you again and again to keep leaning into Him, keep faithing in Him, just as Joseph did in the last few years of his Egyptian imprisonment, or as Job did in the days of his affliction. Have you ever noticed that Job never knew about the conversation the Lord had with the devil about him, not during his affliction, nor after God relieved him of those troubles? Job and Joseph and we simply must keep trusting in God and turning toward Him. In fact, let us all reaffirm that our Redeemer lives and we will trust in Him no matter what. As I was preparing a message a few Sunday mornings ago on the subject of troubled times, I was struck by Psalm 130, verses 1 through 7. Here we read that we must wrestle with how much God loves us, even if that love is not obvious or apparent. In the New American Standard Bible, Psalm 130 reads like this: "Out of the depths I have cried to you, Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the sound of my pleadings. If you, Lord, were to keep account of guilty deeds, Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with you, so that you may be revered. I wait for the Lord. My soul waits, and I wait for His word. My soul waits in hope for the Lord, more than the watchman waits for the morning. Yes, more than the watchman waits for the morning. Israel, wait for the Lord. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with Him is abundant redemption." That's what, in part, Christmas is all about. 2,000 years ago, the world had waited since the fall for the Lord, Yahweh God, to send His Messiah, to culminate His reclaiming, saving, redeeming program. And then in the fullness of time, God revealed His God story in play, but invisible until then. And when He did reveal His working, He sent the Messiah into the human condition without fanfare, except to those who were watching for Him. This Christmas, I encourage you, in spite of all these difficult days, keep watching and waiting for Him. Keep turning toward Him and crying out for Him. The entire Christmas celebration reverberates with the reality that God is always watching, hearing, caring, and taking action for each of us. Resting in the reality of God's love and care will steady you in these difficult days. And in the process, just like Joseph or Job or Mary and Joseph, you will see in your life, for you, God's story in play becoming visible. And in the process, you will find His presence providing a level place for you to stand. Stay steady, looking to Him. Press into faithing in Him. and you will discover increasing hope from him that provides you power to move forward. And in the process, you will find relief and rest in him, into his purposes for you, for now and on into the everlasting. From my family and from me and from all of the artists in Christian Testimony community worldwide, may you and your loved ones have a very Merry Christmas.